Hey guys, so let's talk about what's happened over the last few weeks, over the last week. Considering last week was my anniversary, 20 years, it's kind of a milestone. I do want to talk to you guys about that in conjunction with the recent events. I also was rejected by my parents, but you don't see me shooting up a school full of innocent children and people. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Because at 19 years old, I was rejected. My identity was rejected by my parents. I told them I was gay, and they're like, no, you're not. You are being influenced by the outside world. And they took me out of school, out of college. They took away my phone. They took away my car. They took away the internet, my computer, my ability to communicate with the outside world because the outside world was making me this way. After a few months, I decided this isn't for me. Took whatever money I had and got a train ticket back to school. Left. Did the party lifestyle, dropped out, did the drugs, had the sex. And I called my parents and I said, this isn't for me either. I need to come home. So I went home for a 6-month reset. Got a job, got an apartment. I was still locked up. I was still not really allowed to have these communications. I was definitely not allowed to go to a bar or have a relationship. So I decided to leave. I left for the final time and I started my own adult life at about 22. By 23, I met the person who was going to be my life partner for the rest of my life. And we've been together for 20 years. I did that in spite of the rejection from my parents. And people say, well, how did they reject you? They only wanted to keep you close. I understand that. They did what they did because they thought that was best for me. But the rejection comes from the, mijo, we're having a comida for your father. Pero don't bring that man. I'm sorry, you're not going to say that to my aunt and her husband. You're not going to say it to my brother and his wife. It's inappropriate to say it to me. So I have chosen to self-isolate. But I've not taken that self-isolation to a place of darkness and said, my parents rejected me. Oh, terrible. Screw them, screw all their teachings, and screw everything, the world, for supporting them, their heteronormativity. I didn't take it that far. The shooter this week did. They have taken it to that extreme. And it's not them taking it to that extreme. It's the radical LGBT mafia community. The reason I say that is because they convince these young people that their parents are always going to reject them. 100%, just like the experience that I had. And you have to be careful because you have no one outside of them, which is not true. There are lots of people outside of your parents. But your parents are your most important asset that you will ever have. I chose to boomerang, and I chose to put up with the isolation because I needed that isolation. Not everybody is mature enough to understand that, and they don't want to have that growing opportunity, that learning opportunity. To this day, I don't communicate with my parents. If I call them, they don't call back. The only communication I have these days is a text saying happy birthday, Merry Christmas, happy anniversary, happy Father's Day. That seems to be enough. It makes me sad and it breaks my heart when I see people losing their parents and they're distraught over it. Because in my mind, when I look back, I go, my parents gave me all these great lessons. They were great people as parents of a child. When it came to parents of an adult who was not quite the expectation of them, that's where they failed. And I have to separate the two. And I can't look at the adult version of my parents and say, I'm going to be sad and I'm going to miss out when you're gone because I don't have any of these memories. The only memories I have are the ones when they were giving me the basic life lessons. And those basic life lessons I hold on to so dearly because they got me here to this point. The rejection of all those small life lessons, like being a good person, compassion, self-respect, all those lessons, pride in the things that you do, not physical attributes or things that you are, okay? Those types of things make me who I am today. And it doesn't allow me to take the negative things to a place of darkness. And I see this happening everywhere within the community. You reject me, I reject you, and I reject everything about you. We're a rejection of heteronormativity. That is breaking my heart. I see parents who genuinely care about their children. I just want to help. I just want to understand. And the kids go, "You're homophobic. You don't understand. You'll never understand me." But all they want to do is try to understand. And every time the parents try, the children reject the parents. It's the other way around. I'm seeing that more and more. So I encourage everybody to have these difficult conversations with their own families, with their own children, because I can't. I wish I could. One day, maybe we will. And one day, maybe I won't see their passing as just oh, well, I guess they're no longer here. It's not going to affect me because it's just a text message. I don't want that. I've never wanted that. But that is the decision that they made. And I'm not going to allow that decision that they make to drive me down into darkness and despair and then take it out on innocent people around me. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I hope I didn't bring you guys too far down, and I hope I gave you guys something to chew on. And I will talk to you guys soon. Mwah! Bye, guys.